Ruchi, I want to talk about the subject of bullying and harassing children with special needs or children with a little setback. Sometimes it could be a really small setback, but because the other children don't understand those children at all and how to be with them, they start bullying. Now, why they start bullying is another subject, but when they bully, how do you handle that is another subject. So I'd like to know about when they are bullied. How did your daughter handle it, if she was ever, if she felt bullied or if she felt neglected, or anything like that? How did was she vocal enough to talk about it? I'd love to hear.
Well, I think this has been part of our journey always. The moment they come to know that you have a special child, suddenly people kind of, withdraw because they think that they have to be treated differently. But the only thing is differently, yes, maybe because of the way you have to talk to the child. Maybe she hasn't heard, or there's another child who has certain other, disability and needs kind of, inclusion in certain ways. You just cater to them, but let them be part of the community. They're not asking for anything. So the moment you separate them, that becomes very, very isolating for them. And then soon enough, other people join in and they start to bully. It becomes like, they become easy targets. So Prisha was always had to, struggle with friendships. And I think she was not the only one. Any parent I have talked to, not only just deafness, there are other parents who talk about children who have speech delay or they have other disabilities. They're often alone, oftentimes. Not every. So Prisha in Indonesia, in fact, one of the schools there, she was bullied so much for 2.5 years. There was not a single day that she was happy or she had somebody to share her lunch with. She was suicidal. And every single day she would come back home crying that, Mama, I don't want to go to school. In fact, she was not having any accommodations at schools. She just asked for inclusion. And people, in fact, one of the teachers ganged up with some of the children and they targeted her in the classroom. So every day she would come back, I fought with the school and eventually pulled her out because it was affecting her and eventually us. Every day, every week, you're trying to, motivate her, tell her that you are strong and you can do this. So a strong system at home is very, very important. The parents have to believe when the child says that I've been, bullied. Again, child abuse is also oftentimes a problem with children who have disabilities. So this has to be talked about with your child because you cannot, I always believe one thing, that you cannot change the entire community. You may be moving from one place to the other. You can't change the whole setup. Only thing you can do is empower your child and make them strong and let them believe in themselves. Of course, they're constantly fighting, Mama, I can't do this. They can do this. Then I'm always telling her, I said, look at your abilities, what you can do, the resilience, how many children would be able to handle what you're handling.
Right.
So I think that kind of helped her, and constantly talking to the child, letting them know that you are not alone. Mm-hmm. Again, there were times, Mama, at least you have this friend. I said, you know what, at the end of it, all of us are alone. And the family dynamics have to be very strong so that they can really come back, cry, get it all out, and then be sent back. So you can fight with the bullies, you can complain at school, but again, how the school reacts or the community response is very, very unpredictable. So
not in your
at
control.
The end of it, it's about you and your child. So I have gone through this bullying. When we moved back to Germany, she did face bullying here also. But there were 3 of them who were bullying her. We complained to the school. Of course, they took strict action. But oftentimes she's left alone. And now she has a group of 4 who are all different in their own ways. And figured out, eventually they know that it's our fight. They become stronger. They know family is behind them. Give them strong value systems, give them, things that they can cope with. Like one of them is like Zentangle. I used to ask Prisha to do a lot of doodling when she was, alone in the classroom. I said, just doodle.
Yeah.
So, give them strategies to work with, give them treats, let them do it at home to de-stress, watch movies with them, play some music. some healing
Wow.
music. I would play some, tell her that just go to YouTube, look out for some healing music which helps you. So at one point she was listening to Mozart every day, and she said it helps me. So
Wow.
I think you can't change the world, Neeta. I've realized at the end of it, you have to empower your child, and you can just talk about it. If there are bullies, talk to the parent that your child is bullying my child so much.
Mhm.
I that also helps
That
to a certain
helps.
extent. At least your child knows that my mama is not going to not believe me. Like, she will believe in me. She will at least try to do something.
Yeah. Actually, it's very important to be strong and empower them with that strength and skill, so that skill becomes their support as well, their own skill, right? And gives them confidence and autonomy.
I constantly made her, like, got her into art, let her play music. So I just wanted, I said, I let her discover her own strengths. And so what happened is, I said, when these bullies have a certain system, so they just target your weakness. I said, don't look at your weakness, look at your strength and build on that. So the moment you start rising, in certain levels, then automatically they realize that it doesn't affect you anymore.
Yeah.
So I feel that that's what I did, that helped quite a bit. But
Right.
it's like, now she's going to be in university next year. We don't know. It's not strategy that will help forever. But
Yeah.
we have to keep working on it. Make sure. I mean, you and I are also bullied at the end
Yeah.
of it. There are bullies at every stage of life.
Yes.
But we have to just become stronger and believe in our work, in ourselves. That helps.
Absolutely. But my message to everyone after talking to you would be that please, to the audience, is to please support everyone in any kind of a space, an institution, a classroom, in a birthday party, anywhere where you see a child who's a little different from the rest, in any way, any sort of a hearing impairment, an allergy, even somebody who's just an introvert, who's scared, who has anxieties. It's not necessary that you can always pull them into every gathering and every sort of a meetup. But it's very, very important to try your best to include by offering the right tools and training your own children to understand how to be with a child who has hearing impairment, how to be with a child who has speech delay, as well as speech loss. So that would be my sincere request to the world. I can't change the world, and nor can you, and nor can anybody else there. But we can just request people to be more aware and more trained.
I always feel that they should, walk your talk. We talk about kindness, empathy. We talk about inclusion, and we give these big talks, and we'll forward these messages on WhatsApp and every other, Facebook, everywhere. But when it comes to practicing, are we really practicing that?
Yeah.
Are we bullying or we're not bullying? Are we including somebody or we're isolating somebody?
Or we're ignoring.
Yeah. So I think we have to walk our talk. And I think then we can make a better world, because these children are our future. And if we invest in them wisely, and they know that there are kind people around who are supporting their, disability and helping them to deal better, you will make a better world. They also have so many strengths, but just because they are made to deal with more stress, they lose out.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ruchi, for joining us. And this has been a much awaited interview. Really enjoyed it. Enjoyed talking to you, and I will always ask you more questions offline. Thank you for being such a great mentor.
Thank you for having me, and I think you are amazing. Thank you for doing this. I think the world needs more people and more places like this where they feel safe enough. I know we've already had children, and you've got these therapists to work, and we know that these children are, having a difference in their lives. They are looking into each other's eyes, and you've made a difference with your team of therapists. So more power to you. I'm so proud to be here.
Power to our team.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to the audience. Bye.